Okay, so I'm in the car, getting ready to go to Peterborough. I'm going to try and have a look at Black Rock Bridge on the way there. Today's video is for those of you that have caught a train on the Pichi Richi Railway to Quorn and want an interesting way back to Adelaide. Detour includes stops at Burra, Peterborough and Burra. Hope you enjoy. I'm on my way to Wilmington right now and I stumbled across these ruins as I was driving and thought I'd have a close look. Come on. So, still looking dirty. I just got to Ururu, and I was hoping to get a bite to eat, but apparently the IGA here closes at 1 PM on a Sunday. Anyway, to the train station. So, here's Ururu train station. With the permission of the owners, I'm going to have a quick walk around. Come join. So here's the old toilet block. Little birds in here. Old mate ain't coming out anytime soon. Shit, scared the crap out of it. As you can see behind me, there's not much left of the yard. There's a water tower in the distance. There's 2 narrow gauge tracks right in front of the station and a couple of railway facilities, but other than that it's really just these 2 great big massive silos. It was very nice of the owners to let me have a quick look at the station building, and now we're going to have a look at the water tower before heading to Peterborough. In the ground here, you can see the tracks that would have taken locos to the water tower. Here behind me, right next to the water tower, is a loco servicing pit. Would have dropped the ash or just checked underneath the locomotive during a run. I was going to climb up and have a look inside the water tower, but it seems bees have made a bit of a colony or whatever in there, so I think we'll head on the way. I'm stepping through piles of cow shit to try and get you guys a close look at Black Rock Bridge. The rails may be long gone from this section of the line, but the embankment surely is still here. Funnily enough, the track was left in Ururu and Black Rock yards, but not on the line to there. So, I'm standing directly underneath Black Rock Bridge. Well, now I'm standing directly underneath, but my point is, this bridge is only about 8 feet high, and I'm a 6 foot tall person. So as you can see, this bridge was just needed to carry the train across this slight valley. Okay, so I've just left Black Rock Bridge and I'm on my way into Peterborough. Here I am inside the cab of Y82, that is plimped at Peterborough, just outside the railway station. It's been freshly painted this year, and there's other examples of this locomotive at the National Railway Museum in Port Adelaide and at Pichi Richi Railway in Quorn. So, here I am inside Steamtown Heritage Rail Centre. We've got a 500 class diesel shunter here in the AN colour scheme. As you can see, it's slowly going under restoration works. I've got primer and filler all around it. Let's have a look at the cab. So I have been given permission to have a quick sort of squiz at what's under the roundhouse, so I'm going to take you with me and give you some shots. So imagine this, you're on, an NSU on your way to Alice Springs or something, and you had a big dinner and you got to go to the toilet. So you got to come through these doors and go to the toilet right next to this big bloody noisy engine. So, now we're in the cab of W901, which is painted in black, unlike the ones over at Pichi Richi, and is, for the most part, fairly complete inside the cab. What better way to end our trip to Peterborough than sitting in an old Fairmount trolley, used on the narrow gauge, this one I believe. Now it's onwards to Burra and any stops on the way. Here I am in Tarawi at the station platform. Let's go have a look around. I'm not sure how long the track actually goes on for, but there seems to be track either side of the island platform, and a point right behind me that disappears. Both locomotives in this picture are preserved today at the National Railway Museum in Port Adelaide. Tarawi Station is a nice little stop on the way. It's got a little walking trail with signs about information about such things as the transfer crane, the coal tippler. It's got a water tower, the station, heaps of tracks still in situ, and a couple of buildings down by where the station was. So if you're ever down this way, I definitely recommend stopping by. Here I am just out of Tarawi, and over there I believe is the house that Midnight Oil used on their album cover for Diesel and Dust. That's the album that Beds Are Burning is from. Just over there. I'm in a rush, so I don't have time to go up close. But just now arriving at Hallett, I've noticed that somebody's converted an old Burra rail car from the South Australian Railways into some kind of residence. Also found in Hallett was an old 800 or 860 class type carriage. Just drove past some cops and somebody crashed their car. But you know how earlier I thought I drove past the Midnight Oil house? I think I got it wrong because I think this one's actually the Midnight Oil house. Looks a lot more like it to me. Yeah. I've arrived at Burra, it's starting to rain, and here's an old turntable. Let's look at the station. Well, Burra seems to be a great way to wind up our journey from Peterborough through Wilmington, Uluru, Peterborough and Tarawi. Now we're at Burra. After this you'll drive through Riverton, Tarlee and a few more stations until you reach Adelaide. Hope you enjoyed. That's it for today's journey. Time to head straight home to Adelaide, go to bed. But thank you for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe.